the advantages of carrying a concealed weapon. You know, how many times in recent memory do you watch TV, you read the news, whatever, you hear about violent crimes, shootings, and things that take place in gas stations, parking lots, malls, Walmart, wherever. You know, could there have been one thing that may have prevented that? Could there have been one thing that may have maybe changed these people's lives? The answer to that question is simply yes. If these people that become victims had a concealed weapons permit, then maybe their lives would be different. Maybe their families' lives would be different. So, you know, some things we're going to look at today is how to get one. We're going to look at the grand scheme of things, protecting others, and also protecting yourself. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get into some need-to-knows. We're going to get into just some basics here. You know, to form an opinion, it is important to know the background information of a concealed carry permit. By definition, a concealed weapon is a weapon, especially a handgun, that is kept hidden on one's person or under one's control. Carrying a concealed weapon is illegal in most states unless the party with the weapon is a law enforcement officer or has a permit to carry the concealed weapon. Because we're all from West Virginia, it'd be a valuable piece of information to know that 24 states in our country fully recognize our permit. That means you can take it to that country, or that state and it can be seamless. Just some general things to know about getting one is you have to take the class that's given by someone that's qualified to teach it. You have to pass a background check, and you also have to pay some associated fees. You have to pay, I think, $75 up front when you send in your application at the county sheriff's office, and then when you get it in, you also have to pay another $15. Let's look at the big picture, though. You know, when you carry a concealed weapon, you're not only looking to protect yourself, you got to protect other people too. That's our duty as citizens. You know, let's take, for instance, the Clackamas Town Center Mall incident in Oregon in 2012. You know, that day a man come into that mall and he opened fire on innocent people that were shopping that day. This was in December, so they were probably Christmas shopping. And what happened that day, though? There was one person in that area that had a concealed weapons permit. There was one person there, he hid behind a pillar, and what did he do? He pulled his gun, didn't fire it. He didn't have to fire it. What happened? The shooter saw him, and he took off running. Unfortunately, that man decided to end his life that day, as what happens with a lot of shooters in these situations. You know, when you carry a concealed weapon, you change the dynamics of the picture, don't you? You change the dynamics of things if a bad situation was to come your way. Since 2007, there has been a 146% increase in the number of Americans that have a concealed carry permit. In the same amount of time since 2007, the murder rate in this country has decreased by 22%. So, there's no coincidence there. You know, carrying a concealed weapon can drastically change the course of events. You know, finally, I guess one of the last things we're all concerned about, though, is protecting ourselves, aren't we? You know, at the end of the day, the one person that's definitely going to protect you is you. You know, rape and murder and burglary, unfortunately, in the world we live in, that's things that we have to deal with. That's things we have to be aware of. That's things that come our way. You know, it's not Mayberry, unfortunately, although we'd love to have it that way. You know, according to a 1996 study by the University of Chicago, counties that enact a right-to-carry law have had their murder rate decreased by 8.5%, rape has decreased by 5%, and aggravated assault has decreased by 7%. In fact, even here in West Virginia, since 2009, you know, we have a relatively safe state. You know, we know everybody, we know our neighbors. It's a rare rural area, but since 2009, the number of concealed carry permits in this state has actually quadrupled. In 2009, there was a little over 11,000 permits issued, and now, 2013, this was as of August of 2014, so it's an accurate study, there were 44,981 permits issued in 2013. So that means that people are starting to take advantage of being able to take care of themselves, being able to defend themselves when, you know, bad people come our way. One thing that we do know in West Virginia, like we just mentioned, is that it's a safe state. You know, a lot of times we can walk off and leave our front door open for a few minutes if we have to run across the road, and we don't have to worry about it. The violent crimes per 1,000 residents in this country is actually 3.9 violent crimes per 1,000 residents. Our state is a lot lower, and that's actually 3.16. Now, that's a long odds, isn't it? 3.16 out of 1,000. That means chances are nothing's going to happen. But don't be naive to think that nothing couldn't happen. You know, if anything could happen. It's so easy to become that one person. You know, we don't have to be a statistic. We don't have to be in these numbers. You know, we're kind of giving you just a real general and brief overview here to maybe give you a better understanding of a concealed carry permit and the advantages to that. And maybe, just maybe, if you don't have your permit, this might encourage you to go and get your permit. Maybe it'll encourage you, if you do have your permit, maybe it'll encourage you to carry. I personally carry every day. You know, I'm on the road a lot with my job, and it's one of those things of, if I stop and get gas somewhere, and somebody decides they want to try to take my wallet, I have no desire to shoot anybody. However, I have to protect myself. I have to protect my wife. I have to protect those around me. Because just like the man in that mall that day, if he hadn't had that gun, how many people could have died? You know, if you make that decision, you're making the decision to not be a victim. You're making the decision to be different. You're making the decision to not be a statistic. So thank you guys for your time, and hopefully you've learned something today.